I want to go across to Ambassador Haidari first, because you were sent by the previous dispensation as the ambassador to Afghanistan. How do you see your status at this moment? Is there any way of knowing whether you're still ambassador? Do you want to stick on with this government, the new Taliban government? Will you be their ambassador? Given the change that's happened, I'm really wondering how you see your own status at this moment, Ambassador. Welcome, sir.
Well, thank you. I think the way you word your question is really wrong when you say the former ambassador or the previous dispensation. You should recognize the fact that the Afghan state, Afghan government is still internationally recognized. So are all our diplomats around the world. The Taliban have not been recognized. They're a long way from international recognition as a result their diplomacy and diplomatic relations. Yes, the government has been taken over by the Taliban, but we need to wait and watch and see what happens, because there are meetings and talks everywhere as far as how the Taliban would include other Afghan voices. Remember that they're only one group, but there are many other groups. They're just one group among many others. True, yes, they are in power currently, but not recognized by the Afghan people, as much as, of course, they've already stifled Afghans, suppressed Afghans, blacked out our freest media in the region, and as well as the international community, which I pointed out. As a result, that's why I have my flag behind me, and I'm talking to you as the current ambassador of Afghanistan to Sri Lanka.
That's good. I'm very glad to hear that, because nobody really wanted the Taliban to take over. They have. That's an unfortunate reality. We heard in that comment in the interview we did with one of the leaders of the Taliban, saying that we want current government officials, army officials, others who've been trained internationally and in Kabul to stay on with the government. We want them to come back to work. Do you believe the Taliban leadership when they make these kind of comments? Do you think this is just a ruse? Would you, for example, ever think about being part of a Taliban administration if that's the reality which you're now dealing with and that's a fact? Or do you think this is a complete no-go for people such as yourself?
Well, I'm not a political appointee. I'm a Foreign Service officer of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. What the Taliban so far said doesn't necessarily match with their actions on the ground. So it really takes some time for the employees and officials of the Afghan government to accept and believe what they've been saying. So they need to walk the talk, and we will see that in the coming weeks and months, and as well as how they would do in the talks as they happen these days, whether they would truly include Afghan voices, Afghan groups in a meaningful where they would share power in a way that is representative, in a way that would help consolidate the gains the Afghan people have made. And those gains are, very much in the best long-term interest of the Afghan people and our country. There's nothing that is detrimental to our national security interests now and in the future. Those achievements, as we all know, are the rights of women, the rights of all Afghans, as well as economic and social, political gains and achievements that only need to further be consolidated and institutionalized in an arrangement that is acceptable by all sides in a pluralistic society, one that really ensures long-term stability, long-term peace and security, because exclusion will not bring about that kind of unity in Afghanistan. We have been through exclusions, and that happened under the Taliban.
Okay.
Unfortunately. And so this time around, we hope that they've truly changed, that we hope that they would actually reflect in the upcoming days in the any arrangement that they would agree with the sides that are talking to them.